Hello everyone, today is part 3 of explaining the entire Jujutsu Kaisen timeline. So please leave a like and subscribe, and also I'll make an entire video of it because I'm getting tired of making shorts, but please subscribe and like the video, and yeah. Start watching and let's get into it. Also, guys, I'm also going to be doing a voice changer as well.
The first annual Jujutsu Goodwill event took place in 1988. Over the next several years, some of the most important characters in the entire series were born, like Geto, Gojo, and Kinji, to name a few. While all of that was quietly happening, Kenjaku took over the body of a woman named Kaori Itadori and started making preparations for the final stages of his plan. Meanwhile, a guy named Toji Fujiguro had completely gotten fed up with the Zenin clan and everything they stood for, so he cut his ties with them and built himself a new life as a bounty hunter working for the criminal underworld. At some point, he had a son named Megumi, and he agreed to sell the kid to the Zenin family for 10 million yen. Very normal parenting decisions all around. Anyway, Geto eventually joined Tokyo Jujutsu High, and things moved pretty quietly for a while. Then in 2003, Kenjaku gave birth to a baby while in Kaori's body. And yep, this baby was Yuji Itadori. Now you're probably wondering why Kenjaku even did something like this. Well, you see, the man Kenjaku had a child with was Jin Itadori, who was actually the reincarnation of the twin brother Sukuna ate while they were both still in the womb. Yuji's entire existence, as far as Kenjaku was concerned, was to become the perfect vessel for Sukuna. Jin eventually disappeared, and Yuji wound up moving to live with his grandfather. Then, in 2005, Gojo was allowed to enroll at Jujutsu High after going through a formal ceremony where he acknowledged his duties as an adult and as a representative of the Gojo family. He and Geto slowly started becoming friends while studying alongside Mei, Utahime, Shoko, and Yuki. By the end of their first year in 2006, Gojo and Geto were already considered the two strongest sorcerers in the country. At one point, they got sent on a mission to pull Utahime and Mei out of a cursed mansion and handled it without too much trouble. Then they got tasked with something much bigger. It was a mission to escort a girl named Riko Amanai, the new star plasma vessel, and make sure she safely merged with Tengen. So, Gojo and Geto started with their mission, with everything going mostly according to plan. However, on day 3, things got completely out of control. This is because Toji Fujiguro managed to seriously wound Gojo using his cursed tools, while Geto was escorting Riko to Master Tengen. Unfortunately, Riko was soon killed by Toji as well. Geto got beaten up badly too, and it was the first time Japan's two top sorcerers were defeated by someone. Toji then ran into a freshly awakened Gojo shortly after, and, well, that's the last thing that ever happened to him. Meanwhile, Riko's death hit Geto in a way nothing else had before. It was the moment he started genuinely questioning everything he believed about non-sorcerers and the kind of world they were all living in. The following year, in 2007, Gojo was officially recognized as the strongest sorcerer of the modern era. Meanwhile, Geto and Yuki sat down and had a serious conversation about whether it was even possible to completely get rid of curses from the world. A month after that meeting, Geto got sent on a solo mission to a village where he found two young sorcerers being brutally treated by villagers. Already broken from what happened to Riko, Geto lost it and ended up killing all 112 residents of the village. Within a few days, a report about the incident was filed, and Geto was declared a curse user sentenced to execution for what he'd done. He disappeared before anyone could get to him and started quietly taking over the Time Vessel Association from the shadows. In 2009, Gojo and Shoko graduated from Jujutsu High. That same year, Gojo met a 6-year-old Megumi for the first time. Meanwhile, Yuki took Toto under her wing after she found him beating up a bully while he was still in 3rd grade. In 2011, Yuta's childhood friend Riko was in a car accident. She died, and Yuta unknowingly turned her into a cursed spirit through the strength of his grief, binding her to him without realizing what he was doing. The next year, in 2012, Kenjaku finally got hold of the prison realm after searching for it for centuries. 4 years later, in 2016, Gojo got word of Yuta's situation and started looking into it. In 2017, Kenjaku finally kicked off his century-long plan and started slowly bringing sorcerers from the past back into the world. Yuta started his first year at Jujutsu High the same year and went on to single-handedly win the 29th Goodwill event. Shortly after that, Geto finally came out of hiding after years of working in the shadows. On Christmas Eve 2017, Geto launched the Night Parade of 100 Demons, an all-out assault on the Jujutsu world. Yuta was forced to fight against him and managed to finally free Rika from her curse. Gojo then soon arrived to finally put an end to his old friend. However, the moment the dust settled, Kenjaku slipped into Geto's body after seeing the potential of his curse technique. 3 months later, in 2018, Yuta got recognized as a special-grade sorcerer. Gojo also brought in a man named Miguel as an ally for the Japanese sorcerers. The month after that, Yuta got sent to Africa on a mission with Miguel to train and hunt down more of the curse item called Black Rope. Meanwhile, Kenjaku got in touch with Mahito and the rest of the disaster curses and started pulling them into his plans. During this time, he also quietly marked specific people across Japan to serve as vessels for the sorcerers he made deals with in the past. That same year, Yuji ate one of Sukuna's cursed fingers and immediately became everyone's problem. After a quick confrontation with Megumi and Gojo while Sukuna was in control, he was brought in to be executed at Jujutsu High. However, Gojo offered him a deal instead. Yuji was to become a sorcerer and eat all of Sukuna's fingers, or he could die. Yuji thought about it and eventually agreed to it. He then joined Jujutsu High and spent the next 2 weeks training alongside Megumi and Nobata. Around the same time, Mahito reached out to a Kyoto high school student named Kokichi, and the two of them made a binding vow. Kokichi was supposed to give Mahito information about Jujutsu High and their plans, while Mahito promised to heal Kokichi's body in return. At some point, Kenjaku fed one of Sukuna's fingers to a cursed spirit and turned it into a cursed womb. In July, Yuji, Megumi, and Nobata got sent out on their first real mission together to deal with it. Yuji fought the finger bearer and ultimately stood no chance against it, so he made a deal with Sukuna to take over his body and finish the fight for him. This went according to plan up until Sukuna just ripped out Yuji's heart the moment the battle was done. I guess that's what happens when you trust an ancient evil sorcerer. The next day, the second year started getting ready for the Goodwill event, while Yuji was suddenly brought back to life by Sukuna. Gojo then trained Yuji in secret while everyone else, including his own classmates, thought he was dead. Over the following weeks, Yuji was pushed hard by Gojo to become stronger and even witnessed the battle between him and Jogo. While all this was happening, Kenjaku was putting together a plan to invade Jujutsu High